So I asked this question a couple weeks ago on my TikTok page. Would you guys like to hear about my investigation of the real Conjuring House in Harrisville, Rhode Island that took place almost 3 years ago? And a lot of you responded with yes, a lot of you wanted to hear the story. Now, I did do an initial live stream on my page, and you guys asked a lot of amazing questions, and to the best of my ability, I'm going to try to revamp those questions and explain to you here, as well as put some clips of the investigation into this video so you guys can see kind of from my point of view and also get the rundown explanation of what happened during that point in that video. So without further ado, guys, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and I hope you enjoy this because I put a lot of work into this video, and I feel that if this video does well, then maybe I'll explain my investigation of Fort Adams in Newport, Rhode Island. So we'll see how it goes. If you want to hear that story, comment below, and let's get into this video right now. Alright, so September 20th, 2020. Now, it was like towards basically the peak of COVID, and not a lot of things were open, and fortunately for me, I was able to book a night investigation at the Conjuring House. If you guys want to do that, if you're a fan of the paranormal, I will put a link in the description for you guys to book investigations. I know they are currently booked up right now, but sometimes they do cancellations and book somebody for that night. So I don't know if the prices changed from when I did it, but I can't really give a rundown of the prices. You'd have to look that up yourselves. So if you want to check out the information and book an investigation, I'll put a link in the description. Alright, so now originally the investigation was supposed to be me and my brother Jay. Now, you guys have seen him on several of my videos and you loved having him. When I did my investigations, he kind of brought a lot of comedy to the video, and unfortunately he is not here with me today to explain why he wasn't there, but that is his own personal business. I'm not going to explain anything. He just was not able to participate in the investigation. I did initially pay for me and him to go there, but things worked out and we were able to figure things out financially. Now, if you guys have watched investigations of this home on many different YouTube channels, the initial arrival to the location, it's breathtaking. Driving into the driveway, you're seeing the very famous house, and if you are hypersensitive to the paranormal or the spiritual side, you can feel the immense energy that is radiating from the home. At the time, I did not really feel anything. I just honestly felt very anxious because I was there by myself and I didn't really know what to expect. That's beautiful.
Sitting over there.
So this place was built in the 1700s, right?
Yep, it was finished. It started in 1680 and finished in 1736.
And one of the top rooms they would use as like for gunmen for advantage.
Yeah, they had like holes in the wall. They've been covered up, but they used to shoot. It was the King Philip's War, and it was like right out back, and they used to shoot out the holes up in the ceiling just to like kill Indians and they were coming on the property.
Well,
this used to be the parents' kitchen. That's what Andrea was telling us when she was here. And when we all first started staying here, we would all sleep on cots in here because we were scared. Like, we'd shut the door on each side. We weren't really scared, we just weren't really used to the place, we didn't know what to expect. So this was like our safe room when we first stayed here, but Corey and Jen were sleeping over there, and they woke up and they saw a black shadow peek around the corner right here and look at them. And they weren't scared, they just kind of like high-fived each other, like, because they thought it was so cool. And I've also seen the shadow figure. Mine was more like a grayish black mist in the doorway there. I was just like watching Netflix one night and I had to look and I'm like, oh, what's that? You know? And then I
Yeah,
just
you like catch things at the corner of your eye.
yeah, it was there for a while though, so I just kind of looked away and I'm like, please go away, and it just went away. So basically, whatever this shadow thing is, just kind of like it'll peek in real quick and just basically seeing who you are.
What time during the day or night does it happen?
It was pretty late when it happened to me. It was probably like 12, 1 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
Probably about the same for Corey too. We had one in the daytime too that just kind of peeked in the library and just went by. That was in the middle of the day, so. This is the you call it the baking room. You can see here has like the old what they used to bake goods in here. It's a really old. They call it like the beehive oven. It's pretty sick.
Let's make something. I'm hungry.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get the fireplace going.
Right.
A couple of fireplaces do still work. I've used them before, but one of them I smoked up the whole place. So.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's never
Alarm's
good.
going off. Corey's calling me. What's going on? And then Roger Perrin came over to help her husband, and then Ed Warren came over to stop him, and then Roger like popped him in the mouth, like knocked him down.
Oh, jeez.
And then they all just got mad and left the house after that. Just chilling with his arm right there.
Really?
I captured Spirit down the hallway, and I kept telling him to come closer, and you could see it like coming down the hallway closer. And then when it finally got past the doorway, it just kind of moved to the left, and then went up to the ceiling.
Floor.
And then this book here has come off the shelf twice.
Any reason why it's that particular one?
I don't know, moral relativity. I don't know what it's trying to tell me, but I woke up in the morning and I walked past here and I noticed the book like laying there, and I'm like, I don't remember that book being there.
Yeah, because that's not creepy at all.
Right. We found this fork outside too. This is from like the Civil War era too.
And just like found it?
Yeah, it's just like sticking out of the dirt. So we find random things all the time outside. I've had that bell jingle by itself before when I was live. And I don't know, stuff happens all the time. But yeah, you can use the bathroom.
Hey guys, so we're upstairs. This is where Colin was sitting and like keeled over and dropped his camera. This is one of the rooms. This is really cool, guys. I can't believe that I'm here. So we're gonna do a walkthrough a little bit and finish it up, and then we're gonna do it. Now, as you see, the gentleman that we met, his name was John, and he was at the time house sitting. He is also a paranormal investigator in his own right. Lived in the home for a very long time, and he was giving me a rundown of just everything that was going on in the home, a little bit of history, and giving me an initial tour of the first floor where the seance was performed, the upstairs where the children's room were, and then down to the basement. Now, this basement was very eerie. He would explain to me that there is a spirit that likes to get a little handsy. During a recent investigation that was there between, I believe his YouTube channel is the Paranormal Files. His name is Colin, and he went downstairs in the basement by himself, and there was claims of him being touched or scratched or something along those lines. It was just very, very weird. There was a main part of the basement where we walked in, and there was a like EMF or REM pod type, like, handmade Ouija board. And on each letter there was a light. So if a spirit was to, like, go towards it, then it would, like, kind of indicate which letter the spirit is trying to say or pronounce. Also in that room, which you'll see now, there was a hole just in the center of the room. It kind of looked like a well. I don't know. It was weird, but I'm gonna let you guys watch that part and see for yourself. So here it goes.
The group that was here came upstairs, and Josh and I was here, and they're like, somehow the ball's over by the wall. Can we review the tape? And I'm like, sure. So I look, and it had like a hit off, and it landed and like hit the wall over there.
This ball?
Yeah, that's the football.
That's cool.
That's great. I don't remember that little ball being on the floor either. I'll have to review that. Yeah, we had an electronic Ouija board during the live stream, but we since torn it apart a bit and used all the batteries.
I heard there's a EMF, EVP recorder down there.
Yeah, there's a voice recorder. Somebody dropped their phone in there too, and then Jen climbed down and got it the next day.
Really?
Yeah, she went like Jackie Chan down there. Came back up. Yeah, it still worked after like 24 hours. It still worked.
This is crazy.
But I was doing Spirit Box the other night, and they were just, I was pointing to things and they told me what it was. I could be like, what color's the chair? It's red. What's that? The well.
So you get very good responses.
Yeah, usually. I got an EVP after the ball fell.
Mm-hmm.
It was a kid.
Alright, so after that he just kind of explained a little bit of like what has happened in that room. And after that, I decided to go upstairs. We went and checked out the barn. Now, the barn, it was kind of creepy. There was like things hanging from the walls and like the kind of the stalls that were a little creepy to me. It was just like a normal barn. He explained that there were a few things that have happened in there, like things just randomly falling. And it was, in all honesty, it was cool to go check out, but it wasn't like the meat and potatoes of the investigation. It was still daytime. I got there at like, I don't know, 6:30, something like that. I was a little late getting there. And yeah, so it was still fairly light out. And after he showed us the barn, I believe waited a little bit for it to get a little more dark. And then we went to the living room area, which is like the main part of the house. And this was the room that was next to the library, where he explained that there was a book that always fell, and that the REM pod likes to go off in like the doorway. So I decided to do that and run some tests and start the investigation. So what you guys are going to see now is a little bit of that. And moving forward, I'm going to explain a little bit more what happened after that, those proceedings. Is there anyone here with me that like to communicate? Little loud. I also have the EMF detector on the other chair in the corner, if you want to make that go off as well. Is Ed or Elaine here? There's like banging above me. I heard there's a lot of children spirits that walk around here. Would any of you like to come through? Hi. Sounded like a little girl. Is there anyone in this room with me? It sounded like something said ah. Can you make that device go off that's in front of the door, please? Or how about the EMF detector over there? So pretty much, guys, I'm by myself anyway. So basically everything is going to be an alone challenge. I do plan on going in the basement and doing a spirit box in there. So after that, we're going to head down there and see what happens. So that's Robert the doll. And then, as I said, my REM pod is above me. And I don't see anything. I don't know. It's weird. Alright, I'm heading back down into the basement. Alright, so nothing out of the ordinary on the spirit box. Some weird responses, some very clear responses that honestly didn't really make sense to what I was asking. After the fact, I went and just walked around the house. I went into the kitchen area where there was like a replica of the very famous haunted doll, Robert the doll. I went and did a little bit of sessions in there. Didn't really get much as far as like viable like evidence, and it seemed like a normal night, like a normal investigation. This was my first ever in-home investigation, and this house is just legendary with paranormal activity. And honestly, from starting the spirit box to leading up to going upstairs and running an EVP session, didn't really get much. But this one thing I captured while running the EVP test, it kind of made my bones chill. It made a shiver go up my spine, and I'm gonna show you guys that right now. Just listen closely. Turn your headphones up if you have your headphones on, and let me know what you hear, because what I believe I heard felt like a warning. So, onto that clip. This beanbag chair. Alright, so I'm sitting here, and I keep hearing walking in that room. I'm not entirely sure what's going on. Alright guys, so I'm gonna do a lights out EVP session. So I'm gonna try to record some stuff on the EVP recorder and see what I get. So let's do this. If there's any spirits in this room and you like to communicate, you can do it through the EMF, the REM pod, or the EVP recorder. I'm going to sit in complete silence, so whatever you have to say, I'll be able to hear it through the EVP recorder. How many spirits are in this room? Can you make either of these devices disappear? Go off.
How many spirits are in this room? Can you make either of these devices disappear? Go off.
Alright, so I didn't get anything on the recorder, so we're gonna try another room, and then I might go back outside and do a walkthrough through the barn again and see how that goes. And the K2 meter is going off, but not the REM pod. I don't understand why it's not going off. So what'd you guys hear? Cause I believe I heard a very clear female voice saying you're not supposed to be in here. Now I replayed that probably at least 5 times with volume up. I tried to enhance the volume on this as much as I could, and honestly that made me very, very unsettling. Now I didn't hear it at first. It sounded like static at first, and when I played it back in editing, I enhanced it so you guys could hear it as clear as it came out in the actual video. Now after this, I decided to go back outside because it was dark out, and I wanted to try to walk around the property and go back into the barn. I did conduct another test in there. Didn't really get much. It was just very creepy being in that barn alone. I felt like it was a scene from like Michael Myers or Friday the 13th. That's literally how it felt. After that, I went back into the house, and I asked John if he would mind helping me run the Estes method. Now, for people that don't know that method, it is basically a sensory deprivation test. And it is when you have, when your eyesight is blinded, you have noise-canceling headphones on, and the headphones are connected to the spirit box. You have the spirit box up as high as possibly can, and there's supposed to be someone that asks questions, and whatever is coming through the spirit box, you're supposed to repeat it. Now, during this test, I have it on the actual video, and then I posted a separate video of just that session because I felt it needed like its own kind of like attention and own presence. What you're about to see right now is that full session, and I want you guys to pay close attention. Okay, sorry, I'm like watching the video too, just to refresh my mind. And I paused it at a point where I'm gonna show you. So I don't know if you guys can see that. Like, this is outside. Those look like a pair of eyes. Those literally look like a pair of eyes. I don't know, but I think it was just like a bug or a spider web or something. But yeah, so what you're about to see right now is that test, and after that session, I'm just gonna let the video talk for itself. So pay close attention, and let me know what you think.
If you're here in the room with us, can you say I'm here? Or say here? Go up to David and say hello or I'm here.
Why?
Just because we want to talk to you, that's all. Do you want to talk to us?
Door.
Do you want us to open a door?
Yes.
Are you behind the door?
Shut.
Which door do you want me to shut?
Up.
Shut up. Who do you want to shut up?
Him.
Who? Me or David?
Boy. Yes.
How old is the boy here?
Alone.
I'm sorry. You have me here with you though. Is that okay?
War.
Did you die in the war?
Sick.
Okay. Did you die in the basement?
Please.
Do you need help?
Asshole.
Who's an asshole?
Me. Stop.
Sorry. Do you not want us here?
End.
Do you want us to stop talking to you? To bother you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Is there anyone else there who'd like to talk?
Beside. You.
You sitting beside me?
Yes.
Okay. That's fine.
Children.
How many children are here?
6. Small. Devil.
What does the devil want?
Soul. You.
Talking to you, honey.
Someone touching me? Okay, so after that session, I went down into the basement, and I just kind of wrapped up the video for the night. I honestly just did not feel like spending the night there. Just after that experience, yeah. Now, if you guys watch the video very clearly, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it kind of looks like the door behind me is closing, and that's the library. You can also hear the REM pod going off on its own. And during that session, like I said, John was asking questions, and like I was responding to whatever was coming through. There was a few that were just kind of fucked up. And there was a point where, like I said, I felt like something was touching me. And during that experience, it's hard to comprehend that because, like I said, as you can see, I had the headphones on, I had the blindfold, or whatever the hell I was using. I think it was a shirt that I just tied. And like it was weird because the hoodie I had on, it was a pretty thick hoodie, and it felt like something was on my shoulder pulling, either trying to get my attention or something. And I just asked, is someone touching me? Now, in my mind, I'm thinking this guy's getting with me. He's messing with me. And I've said this several times while explaining the incident. I thought he was messing with me because it was my first time there. I was alone. And the guy was pretty funny. Like, he was entertaining. I had a nice conversation with them. And, yeah, it was just weird. Because I didn't expect any of that to happen. I don't believe I provoked anything. And up until then, it was just a normal investigation. Nothing really happened other than certain forms of activities, certain spikes of energy with the EMF meter, the EVP recorder, and then the REM pod throughout the investigation. So I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's hard to comprehend that. I mean, honestly, that was probably the first real form of physical activity that I have had with a spirit, or whatever it may have been. All in all, I believe it was something that was trying to get my attention. I believe that while I was there was a warning sent out, and throughout the rest of the night, I felt like I was there with respect. I was there mainly to gain knowledge and just enjoy that atmosphere that this place is a part of history. This place is a part of Ed and Lorraine's history. And, you know, I was excited to be there. I was honored to be there. And I can't explain that. It wasn't an aggressive touch or pull. It was more of like, hey, I got you, or I'm here, you know. But yeah, so after that, like I said, I went downstairs into the basement and kind of wrapped up the video, did one final walkthrough, grabbed anything I might have forgotten, and then just packed up my stuff and I went home. The thing after that, though, that's what kind of resonates with me. And I'm going to explain that right now. So, upon going home, I could not sleep. I could not even close my eyes. I don't know, I felt very drained, but I could not sleep. So instead of sleeping, I decided to start editing my footage and going through it. And like I said, I found a few things, as you guys saw. I noticed a few things that were kind of off that I had to like triple check on. And all in all, I give the investigation maybe a 8 out of 10. That video currently has over 1,000 views, and it's almost 3 years old. So it took time to get to that viewing. I hope this video gets a little bit more. But yeah, if you guys are a fan of the Conjuring universe and you've watched all the movies, you've actually researched Ed and Lorraine Warren's occult stuff, I would love to go to their museum and also go visit their grave as well, and that's up in Connecticut. Maybe road trip one of these days, I don't know. But yeah, so all in all, it was a great investigation. I got a lot of things that I couldn't explain. I had a lot of things happen that I couldn't explain, and like I said, it was just an honor to be there. And shout out to John for being an amazing tour guide, joining in on kind of my humor and everything else, and just making the night very eventful. I enjoyed it. So shout out to you, man. Really appreciate it. And maybe in the future we can go back. But as I said, bookings are kind of limited right now, so maybe we'll do like a 4 or 5 year anniversary investigation there. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, so with that being said, we're gonna wrap it up. All right, fam. So that was basically my experiences at the Conjuring House, and honestly, I have so many more stories that I would love to share with you, especially the investigation of Fort Adams in Newport. That investigation was honestly mind-blowing, and if I could go back there at any point in time, I would in a heartbeat. Day investigation, night investigation, I know things can get captured there at any time, especially the places that I went. So, and there are some places that are kind of off the record. I wasn't able to record them, but just the experiences at those locations or the areas in that fort were phenomenal. And I hope I can share them with you guys next. So, with that being said, I love you all so much. We are truly stronger together, and without you guys, this channel wouldn't be where it is. So, from the heart, I love you all so much. We are truly stronger together. Revel in what you have lost, and we will see you guys in the next one. Peace.